Right, over the past it has been talked about how counties need to come together and work together and provide a sort of synergy. And tomorrow there is the Agro-Business Conference that is aiming to do just that. Of course, Samuel Ragwa, who is the governor of Tharaka Nithi County, will be joining a host of other counties as well to make sure that they come together so that they can sell and market the produce as one. So he's going to shed more light into that, and we invite you to get your comments and views on the same. The hashtag to use is Power Breakfast, and also on our SMS number for questions to fill to the governor is 22422. That number again, 22422. Mutegi.
Welcome, Bwana Governor.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, I must declare that Governor Ragwa is from my county where I was born, although I live and vote in Kajiado, and that I went to school with the brothers of Governor Ragwa.
Good.
Now, the governor, you have organized this agro-business conference. Tell us more about that conference before we go to other things.
Good. Let me say that as a county, we have organized an agro-business conference to bring together people from eastern and the central counties to create synergies in marketing our produce, in enhancing crop development, in looking at the post-harvest problems which are encountered in our county, and also to help the counties which are nearby to learn from each other. So it is an interactive kind of process where farmers will interact with the businessmen, where farmers will interact with the people who are actually in this industry. That's actually the bottom line about this. Yes.
Agro-business, yes. Meaning what? That
agro-business is we are focusing.
Is it like the Nairobi International show?
No, not really.
You are calling it a conference.
Yes, it's a conference
because people will sit down, or what will happen?
People will sit down and be taught. People will learn from each other. It's not just like a show where you walk around without anybody to show you what he is doing. But we are looking at the issue of the value chains. We have 47 value chains which you have identified as the counties surrounding Mount Kenya, and we are thinking that the value chains, if we look at all of them, we may not succeed. But we are focused on 5. That's why we are calling a small agro-business kind of conference, where we're looking at the milk production, where we're looking at the cereals, where we're looking at the bananas, where we're looking at the sorghum, where we are looking at the green grams, which are produced by the neighboring countries. If you look at Mount Kenya, for instance, if you look at Kiambu, they are able to produce a lot of milk, but they don't have the fodder which comes from Laikipia. So we are looking at a way Laikipia can actually sell that. If you look at Makueni, Pachakos, even Tharaka Nithi, we have a lot of green grams which we can sell to our neighboring counties. So this agro-business conference is to add value to whatever we are producing, so that people around this place can actually benefit from the synergies of other counties.
Why is this conference taking place?
It is taking place in partnership with our university, the Chuka University, and we want our people to even look at our university and see that Tharaka Nithi is one of the best universities. And it's also in conjunction with PTAC. PTAC is a body which organizes such conferences, and it will also help the businessmen around our county to even expose their facilities to other international players.
What kind of caliber of people are attending?
We are asking all the farmers, especially who are growing those crops. That is the sorghum, that is the green grams, that is the milk production, that's the poultry. We are asking all those farmers to come and see how they can better their crops, or how they can better their farming. In this environment, Tharaka Nithi, having the climatic conditions from the high altitude to the low altitude, becomes actually a better placed county than any other county in this country, because we come from the mountain to the lower part. So all these crops can be grown in Tharaka Nithi, and we want our farmers, especially from Tharaka Nithi, to benefit a lot. So we are looking at things which can benefit all of us and actually help us sell our produce, help us look at the farm inputs. Where are those people who are producing farm inputs for the farmers? How can they actually benefit our people?
What kind of expertise input is there? Like you are saying, you are involved in university.
Yes.
Does that mean university is involved?
Yes.
Are you getting experts from the industries?
Yeah. All the milk producers will be there. All those who even give coolers will be there. All the fertilizer industries will be there. All those who actually in the poultry industries will be there. All the research institutions which are geared towards production will be there. That's why universities are becoming very critical in the development agenda of our agriculture. Sugar University being key, we want to enhance the capacity of even the lecturers there so that they can actually be able to do research, especially on the lower part. Which other crops can we actually grow? That's why Chuka University becomes a critical point and a reference point in our county. And you know, there is also an agricultural institution. They are doing a lot in agriculture, and they have enough farm, enough land in the lower parts of our county where agriculture can be enhanced.
You haven't talked about anything to do with payment or the cost?
No. These are free. We want to make it very free to our farmers, and we want to make it free even to farmers from outside our county. I know even yesterday, a delegation from Narok came. They want to see what they can do in the area. A delegation from even Kajiado came. We are not charging anything. We want farmers to go and get exposed. We don't want to charge farmers because we know agriculture being a devolved function. The counties can benefit more. Once farmers know how to take care of their crops, once farmers know which are the best crops to plant, once farmers know how to look at the post-harvest problems, we'll actually get more than just the 10 shillings we may charge along the gate.
I've not heard you talk about value addition, which is critical in the production of these days. Value addition.
Well, we know this is a new concept. Well, it's just like value addition, but when we're looking at the chain, we want farmers first of all to learn how to improve that. It's just a different word we are using. But this agro-business conference will tell the farmer, even not even those within the value chain, but even farmers who are growing coffee, because coffee industry people will be there. They'll tell them that once you produce your coffee, the waste product can be used, other than just throwing it away, like we are doing at Yampampo. We have a coffee milling plant, and we believe the waste product of that, we want to use it to make maca, so that our people
but
can...
That's not new, because KTC has been doing that for years.
They have been doing that for years, but we are just bringing it to the farmers. Things were done in Nairobi, they were never brought down to the ground. Even this milk, how do we improve our milk? But we are looking at the milk. We can't have value addition when even the production is very low. So what we are doing is to make sure that the farmer produces the best. The farmer even gets the best. So in that value chain we are looking at, we are looking at both the selling point and both the production. Because you can't have value addition when you are not even producing. You can't have value addition of potatoes when you are not even able to feed yourself. That's where we are starting. We have to produce more. Then ask, once we produce, how do we keep this? Once we produce, how do you market it? Once we produce, how do we sell it to our neighbors? Once we produce, what else can be done to our potatoes?
A long time ago, there used to be a good project which was British funded.
Yes.
Many years ago.
Yes.
And that area you have mentioned, particularly in Lower Meru and Kambani,
yes.
there is very big potential for producing goat milk.
Yes.
Which is produced here by George's companies and sold in supermarket in Nairobi. What are you doing about goat production and quality goat milk?
For those who come from Tharaka, they know very well that early this year, we distributed goats, high-breeding goats. And we are actually getting them, even some from Ireland. We want farmers to have those goats, but we want to train them to take care of them. There was a big farm in Tharaka that time, but the challenge was water. And what we are doing, because we can't rely on rain-fed agriculture to succeed, we are actually encouraging farmers now to start some small irrigations. And after that conference, which will be in Chuka, I know most of the farmers will be taught how to take care of a goat. We don't have to keep 10 goats to earn more money. You can even keep 2 and have more money. So we want people to learn from those who are keeping. We want people to learn even on cows. How do you keep 2 cows other than 10 cows, which will not give you enough milk? The milk production in our place, even for goats, is now increasing. And we are as a county, we are organizing to have coolers, even for milk, goat milk. In fact, the production of goat milk rose from it was 1,500 liters when we took over in the government as the county government. But now we are able to produce, and this one you can know if you go to Chogoria. In fact, more milk goat is coming from the upper side than the lower side, where we are now producing 5,400 liters per day. The goat, the milk for the cows, our capacity is over 150,000 liters. Now we are at 80,000 liters. So we want farmers to learn the best practices from Moranga, from Kiambu, from there, and then we start doing the marketing part of it.
Let's go now talk to you about your specifically things about your county.
Yes.
It's one of the poorest in the country. I think it's number out of 47.
Yeah.
We are somewhere in the 40s.
Yes. No, I disagree with you that we are the poorest.
It's
only that we were disadvantaged.
Yes.
Yes, we'd say we were disadvantaged, but we are the richest in terms of resources. It's only that we have not been able to exploit the resources. Tharaka Nithi is one of the richest counties. Like I said earlier, if you look at from the mountain to the lower part, part of the forest is in our county. In fact, I think that's where even Kenyatta was standing when he was facing Mount Kenya, because you look at the mountain from that side. So we have not been able to utilize the mountain properly.
You're talking about the potential.
The potential, even the potential. Even if you look at that covers the area of tourism. We can be able to utilize that. The forest cover, the rivers. We have a lot of rivers. There is no county in this country which has more rivers than Tharaka Nithi. So if we can use that, and Kenya being an agricultural country, we can be able to benefit from that. We have mineral holes, iron ore in the lower part of the Tharaka. We even have coal. We even have the only challenge which actually we have been facing is over the years people have neglected Tharaka Nithi. People have neglected Tharaka Nithi.
What do you mean by people?
I say the regimes which were there.
Yes.
Because even in the allocation of resources, you realize we are getting very little. That's, if you call that poverty, then I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
If in terms of allocation from the national government, we are getting very little. We are actually second that from Isiolo. Yet our population is very high. Yet the number of people who require services are very high. And we are compared to Meru and our neighbor Embu. These people, we were sandwiched in between the two counties. And our big brothers benefited more than us. But what we are doing, we are saying we are not going to complain forever. We have to take a step, and I'm telling you, within the next few years, Tharaka Nithi will be leading in this country. Because we want to tap the resources, we want to attract investors, we want to go down and see, we open the gate, the Ura gate, that's why tourism is coming. We want to ensure that land-fed agriculture is normal, we just do our irrigation proper, and we start small industries. Believe me not, after 10 years you'll see.
Despite that fact that your allocations are not much compared to other counties.
Yes.
The ranging question which has been asked since the counties were established was the rationale behind leaving major towns with the infrastructure and the systems working.
Yes.
And deciding that we're going to have a capital in a place which was empty. Nothing. Zero or nothing. A place called
Kadwana.
And you went there and started to meet there. That's why the county government is located.
Yes.
And there are no structures, no power, no road.
Yes.
Nothing. What's the reason? Why could you not go to Chogoria or to Chuka or to any other town? Any other towns and start from there? What was the reason?
We, as a county, the people of the Tharaka Nithi decided that we have to move away from the comfort zone. We can't cheat ourselves that we are developed just because we live near the mountain. The bulk of our people live in the lower parts of the county. And there is no reason why we should only concentrate along the mountainside and think we are developed. So why people decided to go there is to open up the lower part, because the potential for development is actually on the lower part. And I am saying Kadwana was the best place to actually do development. If we all concentrated in Nairobi, then we will not move. Why Kenya has not developed is because most of the resources are actually in Nairobi. And why devolution was actually introduced is to make services closer to the people as possible. To bring services closer means you have to go near them. And we can't be 250 kilometers away from the people who voted us and say we are developed. So we are opening up Kadwana, making it a modern city. And actually our plan, which actually has gone, which actually has been approved, our integrated plan for Kadwana will be a better city than most of the other major cities. This is an area we are able to plan the sewerage. This is an area we are able to plan the infrastructure. This is an area where we are able even to fund all kinds of development. But if we had...
Where is the money to do that?
No, we are looking for the money, and we have been able to squeeze ourselves. You know, Motegi, if you live in Muthaiga and assume that everybody should be in Muthaiga, we are leaving a back of people in Kenya who are actually suffering. And we can't say we are developed just because we are in Muthaiga. We require to have an integrated kind of thinking where everybody now emerges as a winner. Tharaka people requires more development. Because you would have asked me, why didn't we go to Marimanti?
Yes.
Marimanti.
There's structures there.
The structures there. Remember also, the national government refused with the houses. We were not even allowed to occupy the DC's houses. We were not even allowed to occupy the infrastructure which was there. But we are saying we want two cities. We want Chuka to be a kind of an investment city. And Kadwana becomes a center, a political city, where we can actually have like Washington and New York, where the two cities can actually compete. Remember, the LAPSET project is passing through Kadwana. Remember, the big rakes, the biggest dam we will have in this country is coming just 10 kilometers from Kadwana. So this is an area where even the government should invest and make sure that everybody, other than concentrating resources in Nairobi, other than concentrating on the upper side, we can actually make our brothers downstream enjoy a better
When the
life.
Transition Authority boss was here,
Yes.
He, in an interview here,
Yes.
he indicated that he had given you money
Yes.
to build
Kadwana yes.
headquarters.
Yes.
And the story is that that money was not used for that purpose.
Part of the, let me say that when we met the transition
That was
authority,
60 million shillings.
yes, when we met the transition authority, earlier before even we came into office, before even the county government came in, the transition authority had agreed to give around 800 million that time for development of Kadwana. But later, when we met, the story changed, and they divided the money they had to all the counties in total disregard. Even Nairobi got 61 million. And the thinking that time was, can you improve? Can you even hire? Can you even buy furniture? Can you do small things to settle down? Because if we were saying that we were giving Tharaka Nithi money to build, what were they giving Nairobi to do? Money for Nairobi was for what? This was a general rule that we divide the money 61 million, then we allow the staff to settle down. And what we did in Tharaka Nithi, the 61 million, part of it, actually the salaries delayed, and we had to pay our salaries with that money. We also developed some structures where we could settle down. We renovated some places like in Chokariga where we could settle down. We also renovated some offices in Chogoria and some offices in Chuka. And we also bought furniture with that part of that money. We used that time, not all the money, but I remember about 32 million was spent on salaries because salaries delayed in the nation, from the national government. And there is no way we would have just sat down and waited until the government comes in to clear the salaries.
So the salaries you paid with that money?
Yes, and now the argument
government down paid the salary. What happened?
The argument they have is now, can you refund us the money you paid the salaries? But we're telling them, even after we paid the salaries, remember in the month of October, the government actually took back part of our money, which they had paid. Which they had paid.
Which you didn't spend?
No, which they had paid the salaries for staff who were in the devolved funds. I remember we lost about 322 million that time because they said as long as the function was devolved and the government continued paying, we take our money. The other second part was the money from the donors. It never arrived in the county. And so when they are telling us to refund, we are also telling them, take it from the bank. The money which we never received, though it was allocated. That's actually a problem. But our audit has been done to the Tharaka Nithi, and we're happy. Tell them that we are ready, and if they want us to present the papers, they were given the papers. So the
Auditor General has not looked at your books?
No, he has looked. We are clean as snow.
What is the story about the health centers?
I don't have a story on that, but what I don't know what
the story I'm told by the people from there.
Yes.
Is that you allocated 2 million shillings I don't know how much money you've allocated for the building of dispensaries. And the people there protested. They are not worth calling the dispensary. They are called toilet. This is so.
I think people, you know, one thing people must realize is that once you allocate a fund from the national government and the CDF, the structures cannot be the same. Simply because the CDF part will not pay VAT. So if you allocate a project of 10 million through the system, through the procurement process, the e-procurement, it took already you have lost 1.6 because 16% will be deducted from that project. The owner, of course, the one who will do the project, will also get his profit. So it can't be as the classroom for CDF, simply because already there's some money going back to the government. And what we have done as a county, we have agreed that any project which is less than 3 million, we pass a bill, can actually go to the committee and they do the project. And why we are very much opposed to the system, especially on e-procurement, is we have realized that a lot of time is dealing and a lot of wastage is done on this kind of procurement. We are wasting a lot of money through the process because the contractor requires money, the VAT, there's a processing part, the delays, and this actually waste time. But as far as the health centers are concerned, we have, as a county, have increased the number of health facilities from 30 to 57. That is health centers. Dispensaries were 58. Now that we have 114 dispensaries. We are actually ahead of our time.
Those are structures.
They are structures. But we are recruiting the nurses this week and next week to cater for those areas. We are buying equipment. Remember, there were so many areas which had no dispensary. If you go to Kavangashini, one dispensary was, the distance between one and the other one was more than 10 kilometers. And dead by distance, where people were dying, mothers were dying along the way, was really an issue. And we had to address that. So we are looking at that. And if you go to the communities now, even those who are fighting, even those who are talking, they have realized that this was the best. But we could not put big dispensaries because we didn't have funds. Like
why are people unhappy with them dispensaries?
No, they are not unhappy. It's just one or two people who are dissatisfied with the process, who never got the tender, who never won the tender. Now they come in and complain, this was a small thing, this is something we can't do. But let them wait until they are opened and they see how things will grow.
You are objecting to, and the chairman of the Council of Governors,
yes,
as saying the same thing you are saying, that you are opposed to e-procurement.
Yes.
Which is the modern computerized system of doing things so that you don't do corruption.
Yes.
The idea is accountability.
Yes.
When you do those tenders through human contact, there is the possibility of corruption. That's why it was introduced. E-procurement. And now you governors are opposed to it. And you know you are the people who are building gates for 7 million, buying curtains for hospitals for 7 million, and buying a wheelbarrow for 100,000 shillings. That is what we want to perpetuate as governors.
What we are saying, Motegi, we are not opposed to e-procurement. We are just opposed to the idea of introducing it haphazardly. Because the structures must be there. A place like Tharaka, we have no fiber optic cable. The connectivity is zero. The window which we are given to procure things is just sometimes less than an hour during a week. How do you procure things within an hour? The processing will delay, money will delay, yet you have money in the treasury. Then number two, we have created a portal for the counties. And we are seeing a businessman from Nairobi or from Mombasa, from wherever, big counties, will be able now to procure items all over the country. Yet the Rakanidi people, why they got devolved is to move from the grips of poverty so that they can actually benefit from the government. But if everybody now will be allowed to do business in Rakanidi, these people are poor, like you said. How will you compete with somebody who has a big business in Nairobi? This person has what we are calling economies of scale. As much as we want to save, we have also to improve the livelihood of these people who are on the ground. But now,
what you are saying is very dangerous.
No, what I'm saying, if people on the ground, they are supposed to do business. Because we can't allow everybody from Nairobi be the only person doing business in all the other counties. So we want a portal first for the counties. so that we can have people who want to do business in Tharaka Nithi, and we give them priority. But I won't agree when somebody comes from all over, even Britain, comes and do business, comes and sell sorghum, comes and sell things which can actually be done there. But the bad part of it is even the period we are supposed to operate. We are only given a window of 2 hours. How do you transact businesses? And I'm telling you, whatever they are calling e-procurement, it's not e-procurement, it's manual term E. Because the only part which is E is actually the end result. This other process is manual. You have to take your butcher, they feed. You have to do this. Electronic things should be done even when you're at home. But here is a person feeding. You go to the next person, he feeds. You go to the next, it goes almost 15 stages. Yet the window opening is 1 hour. How will you do business?
Can it not be?
Are we not killing the small businessmen?
Instead of rejecting it, why don't you ask for it to be improved?
We are asking the Treasury, we are not opposing it, we are asking the Treasury to have a clear study on this thing, to see whether it's beneficial, to see whether it's improving the economy, to see whether we are not only bring corruption through the back door, because only those people who are actually influential. Let us also realize that Kenyans want to do business. Even the person at Katangasini who is poor, he has a right of doing business with the government. There is no reason why you should only be the enlightened people who can actually know how to use technology who should be allowed to do business. Maybe there's a museum there can be given a small area to even put a toilet.
But you want to buy the best services. Best procurement.
the best.
And you measure the economics.
Yes, economies of scale. What we are calling e-procurement, Motegi, is not necessarily the best. You may realize that if you want to put up a small house in the village, if you call an engineer, the prices will escalate 10 times. But if you call a village person who has been trained from the village polytechnic, who actually doesn't even know whether a computer exists, he may do a job of 10 million, he can do it with 2 million. But here we are encouraging. I'm just saying, you
want Tharaka Nithi to remain back?
No. You're not getting me.
You must compete with other counties.
What I'm saying, and I believe this is the story in all the counties, we have to allow the small people also to start doing their business. We have to train them to do business. And we can't train them by making sure that those who are rich, those who are the big businesses in Nairobi.
We are not talking about the
no, they will not be able to have a comparative advantage.
You are saying that Tharaka Nithi County, when it comes to giving contracts and jobs, you will give to locals. And that's what I'm saying. That is very dangerous.
That is
balkanization.
That is
balkanization.
That is the essence of devolution. Part of the money should actually rotate within the county. But if we are now centralizing it again, that beats the logic of devolution. Why don't you then take the money in Nairobi? Then people can just come and compete in Nairobi. But we are telling us one person in Nairobi who is rich can actually do businesses in all the counties. We will be enriching the people and actually marginalizing the people of Tharaka Nithi more. Because we are not on the same table. We are not at the same level. If we were all trained the same, if we are reached the same level of development, then I'm happy to say that we can actually take e-procurement.
I don't know whether by that, but I don't know whether you are fearing competition.
No. We are not fearing competition. We are just saying, can you prepare the people further? Can you prepare so that we can have connectivity, internet connectivity? There we have not even received a fiber optic cable in the county headquarters. How are you telling us to trade? How do you tell somebody from Londwa, from Marsabit, for instance, here in the interior, where there is no computer, to come and actually trade? Even if you want to open that infamous sometimes in our county, you have to go back to the upper side where you are saying we have big infrastructure. Then how long will it take for us to do business?
And we go back to that seminar, the workshop you have in the conference.
Yes.
How much are you spending for that?
No, as a county, we are only allocated 4 million for that seminar. We are partnered with the university. They are spending some money. And the PTAC. I don't know their budget.
What is PTAC?
PTAC is actually an organization which actually encourages farmers to meet together and to look at the value chains so that they can do trade.
Somebody is asking a personal question. That at that place where you have a headquarter,
yes,
you have put up a hotel there.
Of course, yes.
Is that a conflict of interest?
No. Why I had to put a hotel there? I would have put that hotel maybe in Mombasa, Nairobi, or even Meru. But I realized we require conferencing facilities. And as an investor, as a businessman...
You are no longer a governor.
No, I'm a governor, become investor. Even when I was not a governor, we were still trading. We can't just close our eyes and just stay there so that people can suffer. This was part of telling other people, can we come and pull our resources? Can somebody else do this? If you look at the big counties, most of the investors who are there, it's not the government. But we have to do, like you, Mudegi, I expect you to invest a lot in Chuka or in Tharaka, so that at least when you are coming home, you can have a place. But we were investors even before, and we didn't want our people to suffer. We have put a small hotel where somebody can rest, and you're most welcome to that place. So and I have no apologies for that.
Yeah. Well, conflict of interest comes when
we are not conflict of interest.
When staff from, or when you have conferences for the governors, for the county, they come to your hotel and not together.
The hotel is a different body because it's managed by other trading partners. I am just one of the stakeholders. And what I'm saying is, for us to develop, we can't say you can't keep cattle so that people will not see your cows. We can't now keep chicken because you want to be buying eggs from you. The only conflict of interest, and the word conflict of interest, is if I am doing my business at the same time when I'm supposed to be working. I actually don't even visit that hotel often because it's a different management. It is a limited company under Samaton International.
Using your influence to have...
No. In fact, most of the seminars, if you like now, they are seminars. They are in Chuka, along in Chinchokori. But if the people want to bring a seminar there, I have no problem because it is their right. We have county seminars, some are held in Marimanti, some are held in Chuka, even there. By the way, I actually don't even like county seminars because sometimes even payment becomes a problem. But I know those who want to eat there is actually a facility for comfort for those who want to visit the county.
Have you network MCAs?
Yes.
Do trips to outside Kenya?
I don't know why there is an all about MCAs going out. If you look at the money which is spent by the national government on trips, it is 300 times the MCAs.
You don't do wrong because that's
what I'm saying is the budget, people prepare a budget of their expenditure. What they want to do with their money. This budget goes the process and it goes even to the controller of budget. Once the MCAs decide to go and benchmark in Netherlands.
Your people went to Netherlands?
I'm just giving an example.
Where did your people go to?
Ours just went to Egypt.
What for?
They just wanted to see how that irrigation can be improved. Once they come and discuss a bill, they also went to the Parliament of Israel to see how bills are crafted, how bills are discussed, what are the essence of the bills, how they can actually...
Because this Parliament of ours has never...
It has never invited... They have never... By the way, our Parliament is more confused than even the MCs. If you look at the bills we have passed in the assemblies all over the country, and you look at them keenly, some are very good bills. I'm just saying that we don't have a law model where we can go and benchmark. Even them, they go to meet a country which has other systems like ours. And the Tharaka people, they have a budget. I know they go out. And they should actually go. Even as the executive, once they move out, people go to do things to see how things are done. People go to see the e-procurement, how it is done. And I'm just waiting until things clamber and say we don't do it. But I'm telling you, Tharaka people are very sensitive. They go, and when they go, they write a report.
In many counties, there's a cooperative. In many counties,
yes,
there are various differences between the senator and the governor.
Yes.
What's the situation in Tharaka?
You know, people mistake differences of opinion to mean
fighting.
To mean the fighting.
I mean infighting.
I love my senator, and we are very close. We work together. I always do consult him when there is need, and we have no differences. Even when he was launching the tarmac, we were there together.
Yeah, when he was which tarmac road was this?
Yes, the one from Kadwana to Chuka. Our senator being very busy, sometimes we don't want to disturb him on small issues. because we know he's a national leader. He's the leader of the majority in parliament.
He's a senator for Tharaka Nithi.
He is a senator for Tharaka Nithi. And we partner. We actually talk together. When we want to bring, like now, we'll bring another business conference, not this one, and we want to see him so that we can discuss. We want to look at the issue of boundaries. We meet together and discuss so that our people can benefit from his position. But as I have no problem whatsoever with Professor Kithure Kindiki.
The story is that at one time the president did arrive there, you had a meeting there, and you skipped the meeting.
No,
because of the differences between the member of parliament.
The issue is what we had agreed in the summit with the president is when he is going somewhere, we should be involved. That's still the policy. When he is going somewhere, if he is coming to our place, we just require information because he is the president of our country. He's not the president of the senator nor the MP. He's the president of even the governor.
So when did you skip the meeting?
We never skipped the meeting the way it was portrayed. We were not just aware completely. We until the last day. And we had other functions, and we told them, this is wrong. Protocol deserves that we should also be identified. And we wanted to meet him so that we can align our development agenda with what he was coming to.
That's what I'm talking about.
If we wanted to meet the president earlier, you know, our president is not just somebody who just comes and takes tea. It's somebody who can come, meet you, then you discuss your agenda with him on a round table, privately.
Which was not available then.
Which was not available. Then I found no reason why I should just come and clap and say I knew this thing when I actually didn't know.
Which means
I'm a Christian. And I want to do things correctly.
The senator,
and from that,
the senator and those people who were organizing that presidential trip decided to ignore you.
Remember that those days were the early days of the campaign, and the people had even the hangover of what really transpired. But for now, we actually have made faces. We meet even in our MPs. We actually very friendly. People may think we differ, but sometimes it's just an opinion.
Thank you very much, Madam Governor.
Thank you so much. Yes.